What's going on, guys? Tony Ivanov here with another day trading video lesson, and today I'm going to talk about the new pattern that I'm going to be focusing on from here on forward. I used to be focused on the breakout over pre-market highs, but I've found that that's not working as well anymore in this new type of market environment that we're in. This type of market environment, there's less volume overall, and there's less consistent low flow runners. So we have to adapt our strategy to only pick out the best and strongest stocks. And I found a pattern that seems like it's working time and time again whenever it shows itself. It shows the strongest stocks and allows you to make the most consistent profits. So I'm going to cover that pattern in just 1 second. But first, if you don't know, every single day I give away $25 and it goes to a random commenter from the previous video lesson. I just looked through my YouTube messages and saw that a bunch of your guys' messages were caught in the spam filter, so I just released like $300 worth of giveaways. I'm so sorry about that. Now I'm gonna start looking at that spam folder because I didn't know that your guys' messages would hop up in there, but I've sent them all out now, so you should have all gotten your rewards. So I'm sorry it took a bit longer than expected, but you should have received your funds for being part of the raffle. So all you need to do is leave a like, leave a subscription, leave a comment down below for a chance to win $25. Let's see who it was. So the winner is Panttera. Oh, the Pantera 1959. I know that. As someone transitioning from the poker world into crypto stocks is interesting. He's talking about the ICO that I reviewed. So yeah, make sure you send me a YouTube message. Please only send me a YouTube message. I can't verify if it's you or not if you send it on Instagram or Twitter. So please send it on YouTube. Send your PayPal email address and I'll send over that $25. So the pattern that I have found is, it's almost the same exact thing that we've been looking for. This pattern happens on the stocks that we trade, but by trading this pattern, you are almost guaranteed a good risk reward, and you have a set buy, sell, and stop loss. It's all built into the same pattern, so it's very nice. And this pattern is just waiting for the second leg on up, waiting for a stock to spike up, pull back, do its consolidation, and then run a second time. You can see XTNT. This is one I traded on Friday, made around $400 doing it. It did this a few times throughout the day. This is the one that I traded in midday. So essentially, we have a spike on up. It consolidates and uses a trend line to hold it down. And then you buy on the break of that trend line, but only if there's increased volume. And then you could either do two things. You could take your profits once it hits high of day, or you could take partial profits at high of day and hold on to the rest and hope for another leg on up. So and you cut your losses as soon as you break the bottom of these candles. So it has a very tight stop to it, has a good risk reward, and it's just a very structured trade. So I'm liking this pattern a lot. I'm going to be focusing solely on this pattern within the next few days and few weeks. So from here on out, the videos coming out forward, you'll see me trading this exact pattern. It happened yesterday very nicely, and it happened today very nicely as well. I'll cover those stocks and those plays, but essentially what you need is, well, first of all, you need a low priced, low float stock moving on some sort of catalyst, whether it's news, just a chart pattern, and so forth, and wait for it to have its morning spike, but then wait until it has that pullback, that consolidation. Draw your trend line that lines up along the top of the candles, then you buy once it's over that wedge. But make sure you're buying only if there's other buyers, if there's extreme volume flooding into the stock. Build up your position on this run, and then you can either sell at high of day or hold on for partial profits and wait for the next leg on up. So there was XTNT, happened very nicely. Today it happened on ANTH, or not ANTH, that happened yesterday on ANTH. So on ANTH yesterday, let's just bring this up real quick. ANTH did kind of the same thing here. So this is the 5-minute chart. Let me go back to the 1 minute. Use the 5-minute on XTNT because it's a slower mover. But if we just look back here on ANTH, you can see it did kind of the same exact thing here. We had a nice morning run. You know, the reason why I don't want to buy the breakout over pre-market highs is because look at this. Look how choppy it is now in the morning with this new market environment. It's just not easy to trade. You know, there's huge swings, so you could scalp this if you're quick enough, but it's just too volatile, too choppy. So I don't want to buy the breakout over pre-market highs anymore. I want to wait till it does its thing, it does its run, finds resistance, and pulls back and finds support. That's the key thing. It needs to prove to me that this stock is strong, because whenever a stock is able to spike up, it's able to pull back, find support, and then do another run up, that's the strong stock for the day. Doesn't matter if you have a quick pop up and it slams right back down like a bunch of these low float stocks have been doing. We need to find the one that has the strength behind it. So on ANTH, if you don't see it already, here's the trend line that you would draw. You just use your ray tool and you connect these two candles. Lines up on the top of these candles, this trend line. It finds support. It consolidates right here near this VWAP area, and then you can see on the break of this wedge, on the break of this trend line, we had a nice pop in the volume. So you would buy. Once you see that increased buying volume just go into the stock, because that means that there's more buyers and sellers, and it's likely gonna, you know, move towards high of day. So you'd build up your position here, and then you could either, one, you could sell at high of day, or two, like I said, take partial profits and hold the rest for a higher move. And of course, if it doesn't go your way, then you would need to have an area to cut your losses. Now on ANTH, it isn't as clean because you can see this one was bottomed out here at like $2, but you know, you could risk like 5 cents and your reward is 10, 15, 20 cents. So that's a good risk reward right there, built into the pattern right away. Now let's look at the one that happened today. I can't remember exactly what it was. 1 second. OREX. OREX was a very strong runner today, and this proved to me that this pattern, you know, is worthy. This pattern is very, very worthy. So here's OREX, had a very nice morning run, pulled back heavily, found some support. Let's just draw this trend line that's holding down the stock. You can see we found some support here, and once we broke over that trend line, we had increased buying volume. If you look down here at the bottom of the chart, increased buying volume. You buy the break of that trend line, load up some shares, and then, like I said, either one, sell at high of day to guarantee your profits, or lock in that partial profit and hold for a next wave on up. I didn't trade this one today. I missed this one, but a couple people in my chat room were able to lock this one in. So, you know, they called it out. I was just a bit too slow, so they did it better than me today. They did better than I did today, which is awesome to see. You know, people are learning so fast in this chat room. It's truly a great service that you can look into. And just a side note, we're doing 20% off all subscriptions during President's Week. That will end this Sunday, so make sure you click the link down below to guarantee those prices and lock it in forever. Because once you lock in at 20%, it'll add on to all future payments. So it's a very good value. Now the one that I traded and the one that unfortunately didn't work out was this one right here, the second one that happened. I tried doing this one, buying the break of this wedge, but it couldn't get over $1.55, and it got stopped out. So once I saw that, I cut my losses. I broke even on that trade. That was you know, no loss, no win. It was just nothing. So that's kind of unfortunate, but you can see that this pattern definitely is a nice pattern to play. Like I said, it has a very good risk reward ratio built into the chart pattern itself. It has a set buy, a set sell, and a set stop loss built into it as well. And it's just easier to do because instead of just buying the breakout over pre-market highs, not knowing what the chart pattern will do, on plays like this, you can see that this already did its morning run. It showed its strength. It's pulling back, and if it can break that the consolidation, it's showing again, okay, this still has more strength. It could go up higher, and because of that, it's a lot easier to trade. So we're not in the market environment like we were back in December and January, where we can just buy all these breakouts over pre-market highs because there's not that much volume coming in after those. There's one IDXG today was trying to spike up. No, this isn't a good example. There were some that had a quick pop. Yeah, this one, LMFA. If this happened back in January, this probably would have ran $1 or $2 per share. But you can see this is what I want to avoid. These just quick, low flow pops that pop up. They look really strong, but then they just don't have that second wave of buying, and they just fall back on over and they just go red on the day. So we don't want to get caught in these plays. We want to focus on the stocks that run up, pull back, find that consolidation, and break that wedge, break that trend line for a second wave on up. I know I talked about this this play before, but it's coming back now, and this is the one I'm going to focus on from here on out. So if you see me trading anything else, give me a slap in the face, because I don't want to trade anything but this pattern. So that's my lesson for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little lesson for you guys. This is what I'll be using in my chat room and my live stream. This is what I'll be alerting these type of plays. Well, no, not this, I'm sorry. Plays like OREX. These type of plays. So I'm going to be trading these tomorrow. Hopefully there's one that pops up. If not, then it won't trade. No big deal. So that's it for today. Make sure you leave a like, leave a subscription, leave a comment down below, and make sure you check out my chat room. There's a free 7-day trial. No payment needed whatsoever. And then if you decide to join, you get 20% off your entire subscription. So check it out. Link is down below. Also, make sure you check out my free ebook, How to Day Trade, because that will really just give you just a very good background of how you find stocks using scanners and what chart patterns to look for. So check that out. Link is down below as well. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.